Thank you for calling a door, but may I did your call. Thank you for calling a 2599 2599. Better get garage light trim. It's very easily where to hit the bad vibes in the comment section. Thank you for calling a Punjabi Dabi. Punjabi Dabi Dabi Dabi. Punjabi Dabi Dabi Dabi. Thank you for calling my tax. Would you like to pay for the tax for the 25.99? Thank you for calling Punjabi Dabi Dabi record. Thank you for calling Punjabi Dabi Dabi record. What we do know is the seven ecumenical councils. 321, the Ecumenical Council of Nicaea consisted of over 200 bishops of the Catholic faith. Then you have the Council of Constantinople. Then followed shortly by the Council of Ephesus and the let me stop. People think I'm really retarded. He's really retarded. Why did anybody ever watch him? He's retarded. Look at his hat. His hat says he's retarded. People watching me got a backpedal. No, he's not. Look at him. Me. Well, he didn't look like that when I first started watching him. people, people take my automotive advice seriously. They done went out. they, they done went out and got a Volkswagen. Barricade Garage said to him, "Why would you listen to him? His hat." Like, his hat didn't look like that when he told me to buy this Volkswagen. Paul's redneck got that spaghetti-o look. I know, I'm not even, I don't know. He just got that look like when he sit down on the stream, like he got a pot of spaghettios. He got a pot of spaghettios on the stove. He's about to, pardon me. Paul's redneck, is that a bowl? Is that it's spaghettios. Anyway, back to the ecumenical councils. 1054, the Orthodox broke away from Catholicism, East and West. And Pastor Redneck, you can go eat your spaghettios. Like, it's not even that serious right now. I'm done. I've met a lot of Serbians. They don't speak like Posh. I don't. Can I not care if it's real or not? I don't care. It's funny. I'm gonna make fun of it. I don't care what Serbian. I don't even. You dealing with I can't even locate Serbia on a fucking map. Like, I don't care if that's not how they really sound. I don't care if he's learning English. I don't care if he has an intellectual stutter. This shit sounds wild, son. So I'm gonna talk about it. That's like somebody coming up to me and telling me George Floyd's daughter's first language isn't English. I don't give a fuck. She's doing that because she's intellectual. I don't care. This shit sounds wild. Well, my dad, and he would come and my daddy. I'm gonna make fun of it. Shit's funny. You back? Hell yeah, I'm back, Zero. Cause I'm back because y'all ain't doing shit else. I'm back because y'all miss me when I'm not live streaming. I'm back. I'm back to talk more shit about Barbara Billingsley. Yeah, I'm back. Fuck you mean? What the preacher preaching about today? Pull out your Bibles and turn to the book of Acts, chapter 10, verse 28. The Bible says that it was a Jewish custom not to keep company or visit Gentiles. It was Peter who spoke to a room of Gentiles in the book of Acts chapter 10 verse 28 and said, y'all know that the Jews do not keep company with Gentiles. It is against our law just to visit a Gentile. But yet here Peter was, after having that vision of unclean foods fall from the sky, while he was at his homie house. You could further see what that vision Peter had at the beginning of Acts chapter 10. You could see what it meant when you read Acts chapter 10 verse 34. It says, the Most High is not a respecter of persons, but out of all nations, the men of those nations who heed his word and praise him will be accepted by him. Did I misquote that? Did I? Peter is my dude. Shout out to Peter. Paul was about to give him that work though. Yeah, when you read the book of Acts chapter 10, since we talking about it, I don't know how we got here. Yeah, go read the book of Acts chapter 10. The homie Peter, he went to his man's house, right? So his man, he was waiting on something. He was famished. He was waiting on something to eat. So while he was waiting on the food to get ready, he fell asleep. So while he was sleeping, he got a vision of like unclean food just falling from the sky in a basket. He seen the four corners roll back and it was just unclean foods. And he said he heard a voice that said, eat. And he was like, nah, I don't eat unclean foods. Because the Levitical law. He said, I don't eat unclean food. It went back up in the sky, disappeared. And it happened again 3 times. And each time he heard a voice say, eat. He was like, I don't eat unclean food. So then he woke up. He had some homies from Joppa. And they was traveling to the homie Cornelius' house. That's who house he went to, the homie Cornelius' house. This was about preaching to the Gentiles, at which time it was socially unacceptable for a Jew to hold court or go to visit Gentiles who they considered to be different from them spiritually. Not just spiritually. It was, traditional thing. So, he's there when he knocked on the homie Cornelius' door. Cornelius, the homie, he done went and got his family He was like, yo, he done called up his cousins and shit. Yo, come on over. We got the Apostle Peter. Yeah, he finna drop through, you know, drop a bag, whatever, woo, woo, woo. So all Cornelius' cousins and everybody was over there. So when Peter got there, he knocked on the door, and Cornelius opened the door. And when Cornelius opened the door, Peter walked in. Cornelius fell to his feet before Peter. And Peter looked at him and said, get up. He said, yo, I'm just a man like you. Peter had gained wisdom from the vision he had while he was in that sleep-like state about the unclean foods that had fell from the heaven and that voice that told him to eat. It wasn't about eating unclean foods. It was about how you treat Gentiles. The Yahudim or Jews of that day really had a disdain for Gentiles. That's why it was a big ordeal when the Messiah went to Samaria. It was preaching to the Samaritans. So you can see that, you know, what his vision meant when he told the Gentile, when he told the room full of folks in Cornelius' family, he was like I now know, he in the book of Acts chapter 10 verse 34 and 35, he said he tells you what his vision meant. So he was with the homie, he you know, woo woo woo. I know I urbanized it, and some of y'all couldn't understand what the fuck I was saying, and I'm vulgar, but that's why I told you where to find it. Acts chapter 10. You can read it in your own accent and make you feel better about it, whatever. Yeah, that's all I'm talking. Can anyone verify anything he is talking about? Absolutely not. I just made up the whole thing with Peter and Gentiles coming out of the book of Acts chapter 10. I made up all of that. I just be making shit up as I go, right? Yeah. That's what I told. Yeah. I got this. My Blue Jay likes my jokes. No, Barbara Billingsley is good. She good. No, I'm done with it. No, she got a pass. All right. He's still over there tripping on Barbara Billingsley. He don't like the way she was swinging from my nuts. All right now. Forgive me, my Blue Jay over there being vulgar right now. And, I got 2 more questions. Getting beat up by Gentiles is because of the disobedient. The way you said that, just getting beat up by Gentiles because of their disobedience. Like, who says that? Who just like, yo, what Jewish nigga went home was like, yo, I got beat up by Gentiles. Like who? How? Like, nah, that's just a whole funny situation right there. Like, yo, I was on the metro today and some Gentiles slapped me. Like, yeah, yeah, like they slapped me. Yeah, these Gentiles was the colored ones. Yeah, they smacked me up on the metro. I told them I'll get their bank accounts canceled. They told me they don't even have bank accounts, and they kept slapping me, so they don't even give a fuck about my little threats. They don't even have accounts. Who? Pine cone, how you gonna be that more? What pine cone? I'm joking. These just jokes. How y'all? What y'all mad at me? I'm just telling jokes. So you know biblical references, but you said you're not a Christian. I didn't even. Pinecone said, so you know biblical references, but you've said you're not a Christian. I'm not a Christian. Just because I know biblical references doesn't make me Christian. I know verses. But y'all see the name of this stream, right? Saturday Crash. You want to know what Saturday Crash is? It's Raditz finishing move. So because I can regurgitate the Saiyan Raditz from Dragon Ball Z's finishing move, does that make me a Saiyan? Am I now a Saiyan because I'm speaking on things that Saiyans do? Am I a Saiyan because I know Saiyan lore? Am I a Saiyan because I know Brawly is a mutant among his kind? No. You wouldn't look at me. Just so you know all that about Dragon Ball Z, are you a Super Saiyan? No. Listen, anybody, yes, you are a Saiyan. Anybody can, I've read the Bible a bunch of times, the cover. Anybody can quote scripture. That's easy. It's like people quoting Shakespeare. People can quote scripture and their heart's not even in it. You got pagans that can quote scripture. Luciferians quote scripture really good. That doesn't have nothing to do with it. It's where your heart is. But no, I'm not a Christian. Y'all know all types of shit, but I'm not Shining Friday, Double Sunday, Saturday Crash. Be gone! I'm not a Saiyan though. I'm not from planet Vegeta. He has way more respect for the Old Testament, Glenn. I don't even see it as the Old Testament, New Testament. I see it as a continuation of the Old Testament. I don't see two distinct religions. I see a continuation of the same faith that Abraham had. The same faith that the ancestors had. What's the difference? There is no difference. It's continued. It's continued. Do you see your kids, your offspring, as something totally different from you? No, you see them as a continuation of you. Huh? Understand what I'm saying? Know what I'm talking about? The New Testament is not the New Testament. It was spoken of in the Old Testament. The New Testament is the renewed covenant. Right there in the book. It says it right there. The same faith that Abraham had, huh? Know what I'm talking about? Understand what I'm saying? The same faith that Abraham isn't even in heaven. According to the book of Hebrews chapter 11. I didn't even mean for that to rhyme. Huh? David? Huh? The Most High called David his beloved. He's still in the ground awaiting the promises. They were seen from afar off. They had that same faith. It's nothing new. It's to be continued. Can't just put a name on that. You can't just put a name on the faith that Abraham had and package it and sell it to the masses and call it Christianity or Islam or Judaism. That faith existed before all of those titles did. You can't call it what makes you comfortable. Package it and put it out there for the mass. I don't know why I'm talking about this shit today. I'm talking about something else. Yeah, I'm on something. I ain't even. I got 2 more questions. I'm trying. I know. I got you. I gotta dumb this down. Barbara Billingsley, you in here? I may have went a little bit too hard on you. I'm here to apologize to you and to let you know that I will make you love me. And you, and you, and you, you're gonna love me. Yeah, you're gonna love me. My belly crawling. Smuckers make the best jam I've ever known. And you're gonna feed me. Ooh, feed me. Shout out to Dance Flick. I got one more question left. I want all, yeah, they all gonna love me. They all gonna be my, they come in here like that and then end up my friend. They stick around. Yeah, that was me and O'Darn. Me and O'Darn, O'Darn came in here popping big shit. Where O'Darn at? He right there. He know. He know O'Darn came in here. Oh, you lack critical thinking. O'Darn used to type at me in all caps. Now we're friends. He wants me to watch Red State really bad so I can report on it. I sent him some wood so he can make the sound. I sent cherry wood out there. O'Darn. O'Darn to the front. You know I fuck with you when I send you cherry cooking wood. Harvested by me. Organic, locally grown, locally sourced, harvested by me. Split by me. Packaged by me. My wood. My hand was all over that cherry wood that I sent you so you could throw it on your smoker and make that trout that you made with it. Yeah. But from the beginning, that was not so. O'Darn came in here on some rah-rah shit. Oh! 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 Now we're fucking besties. Now we're fucking besties. What a new Paris Hilton and Nicole Richie. Yeah, I put a note in there. I did. It was a note. I did, you know. So you're saying you gave another man your wood? That is exactly what I'm saying. You heard me when I said it the first time. You heard me. How can you expect somebody to indulge in your product if you do not first send them something that they've never had before so they feel comfortable sending you money? How does that work? I got people that come up here, they was like, Beechwood, what the fuck is that? Why the fuck would I buy it? I say, here, indulge in this product and then come back to me when you feel comfortable. I like sending people, like people that, we popping and shit. Like, yeah, I said, I don't got no problem sending people shit. I want people to know the joy of cooking with oak wood, though. So I'll just send niggas oak wood for no fucking reason. I'll just be like, yo, here goes some oak. Here goes some fucking oak. Like, if you got a smoker and you want... Like Bowler Bear. Take, for instance, Bowler Bear came in here. He was like, yo, I don't even know how people cook with wood on the offset smoker. So I made a whole fucking live stream dedicated to showing Bowler Bear and Hillbilly Hard what to do concerning fire management in your offset smoker so you get clean smoke. A whole cookout live stream on nothing but fire management. I didn't even put nothing on the grill. Yeah, Bowler Bear asked and he received. Yo, Barricade Garage, how you cook with wood? Like, I'm trying to understand, like, how you even, like, when I do it, I get dirty smoke. I said, no problems, only solutions. Let me show you. Tomorrow, tune in. I'm making a live stream. I brought my grill back here. Everybody remembers it. I'm a man of my word. Oak is really good for smoking. Yeah, beech. Yeah, beechwood. Beech. I like to use oak. Oak is the best. Like, oak is my favorite. With people like hickory, cherry, mesquite. No, beech. No, oak. Oak wood trumps beech wood. Oak wood is far superior than cherry wood when it comes to cooking. People love cherry wood because of the aroma. But the aroma is not what imparts that flavor, that added bonus of a flavor to whatever it is you're cooking. Oak wood just has that essence down to the cellular level that imparts deliciousness on your food when you cook it. Not only that, oak wood makes it extremely easy to master your fire management skills. Oak wood is a lot more dense, therefore it's not as prone to flare-ups like, say, beechwood and cherry wood, even though beech and cherry are considered hard woods. You see what I'm saying? So I got this shit down to like a little baby science. You know, I like to share what I know with people. It's just what I do. Maple and oak, no, just oak. You can't even put anything else with oak in the same sentence. You can say beech and maple. You can say maple and cherry. You can say cherry, alder, and mesquite. Yeah, you can say hickory, apple, and osage. You can say Bradford pear for all I care. But you can't put oak. Oak is in a league of its own. Is hickory overrated? It is. Hickory is hella overrated. It smells good when it's burning. Oak smells the best. I don't care. Oak smell. It smells better than sassafras. The best. It smells like. It smells great, especially when it's burning. Like, it's unmistakable. It's unmistakable. I can smell what type of wood somebody is cooking with from all the way over here. I just know it. People are smelling, be like, that barbecue smells great. I smell it and I'm like, damn, he using cherry. Or I'll smell shit often and be like, damn, he done mixed the cherry with the apple. Look at this nigga. This is a special nigga right here. Like, I can smell, I know what you done mixed it with too. I'm like a fucking bloodhound. I know it, and I know if that's my product or not. Big Wood, we the conglomerate. I know. You didn't get that wood from me. That don't smell like my shit. My shit is organic and natural and locally sourced and harvested by me. My shit was hand split, crafted masterfully with equal length pieces. Yeah, I don't have the one long piece, one short piece, one longer piece, this one big. No, all my shit is just equal as fuck. My shit equality. My shit, you don't gotta worry about the shit just that. Nah, nigga, yeah. How did we get here? How did we get on this topic? And you and I'm smelling food. I'm so hungry. Hey, butterflies, I know I'm a nerd. I love pig feet, maple jam on toast. Give me more steak, chicken and ribs too. I'm not living without food. I don't want to be no Nicole Richie. Chips by the mountain, soda pop out the fountain. You can say what you want, I'm not working out. Find me some lettuce, strike up that grill. You're gonna feed me. That's right, you will. Who that shit was on Dance Flick. Shout out to Dave Alley and Greer. Yo, I got 2 more questions. BG and the Wood Nazis. Yeah. How come everybody just has to be a Nazi? How come nobody calls somebody a Bolshevik? I think the Bolsheviks were a lot more violent than the Nazis. This is you Nazi? I'm like, really? I'll murder you though. How come I'm not a Bolshevik? Why you keep... I know the Nazis murder niggas too, but the Bolsheviks, they was just in a league of their own. They just really got shit crazy. The Derg of Junta. You fucking Derg of Junta? Yeah, everybody just goes back to the fucking Nazi. Just Nazi? Like, nah, they didn't even... Like, what the fuck? Fucking Nazis. You fucking Nat sock! You fucking... You fucking painter? You might as well call people painters. You amateur painter. Don't Hitler got shit in the museum? He got paintings that Hitler was a Bob Ross ass nigga too. He was painting those beautiful little butterflies right there. And it has some beautiful little butterflies right here. Or however the fuck. Do it now. I gave him like a little, I gave him Arnold Schwarzenegger voice because I can't. I don't know how the fuck. My with the mustache on it, be like that. Hey, he was a happy little painter. I don't know when they should do an episode called "When Painters Snap." I don't know when the fuck. Yeah, he was just like, enough. That little hand got to go. Nigga, he was just a happy little painter. He was an Austrian painter. Soccer game, huh? He talking about the soccer game too. What the fuck? You from New Jersey? You don't know nothing about soccer. He over there commenting on the soccer game like he knows something. I'm sick of the Amish personally. Nah, it's become increasingly cool to like. Huh? Yeah, that's where I was going. Yeah. I mean, every group, I don't look at like one, you can't say like one group. Every group has, you gotta pick your poison. Every group has their own, like people like, yeah, the Amish, they get it, they're base. I want to live like the Amish. No, you don't. The majority, some of the Amish don't even want to live like the Amish. They just can't, they just don't want to be shunned. Like the same shit that people see going on other religious groups and like it's the same shit they see going on there. They just can't ask questions. They got to go to the bishop. Yeah, some of them they can't do about it. Like the same shit. It's no different. It's no fucking different, except with that you can't use lawnmowers, and they can't tell you why. Like they just stopped where their ancestors did and just like you got the dude who did the interviews like, yeah, I used to get in trouble all the time and hit in the mouth because I would ask, well, how come if the English are evil, how come we do business with the English? And how come we can't drive cars, but that Amish community can drive cars as long as it doesn't have a radio in it? It gets... And then there's still all types of abuse going on in it. Like you got uncles fucking on their nieces, and whole communities know it, but because he's in good standing with the bishop, no one says anything. Like you got all that shit going on in there. So it's not just as cut and dry as because they grow food, you know, I want to live like them. Nah, I mean, every group, we all have our problems. We all have our problems. Yeah, how come we can't? That's why when somebody asked the Amish dude in the video, somebody said, "What's the difference between the Amish and the Mennonites?" And the Amish dude said, "I don't know." He said, "Why don't you know? You're Amish, they're Mennonites. What's the difference?" He said, "Well, first of all, it's not that cut and dry. Aside from the fact that the Amish took the name of Jacob Ammon, and the Mennonites took the name of Menno Simons, because the Amish will do things one way. Somebody within that community will say, well, this doesn't seem right, we're not doing this. So then he'll branch off and start another community in another state where they can drive cars, but they're still not Mennonites. You see what I'm saying? Then you got Mennonites who are old order Mennonites who are more conservative than people who call themselves Amish, and vice versa. You got Amish who are more liberal than Mennonites. So it isn't a difference. It's just a name from two different people from the Protestant movement from the 1500s that were hunted down by the state-sanctioned church and were given a third baptism and faced drowning, which was seemed to be certain points in Europe's preferred form of execution, and they fled over here. But a lot of them didn't make it in Europe. They were hunted down and executed. So now they're here, and a lot of their Bibles they don't read because it's in a different language. That's why I was saying in the other live stream. That's why I was saying, yeah, what's up, Jessica? Yeah, I'm up here talking shit again. Yeah, that's why I was saying in the other live stream, like, that's why you, in Pennsylvania, up the street, you got the Amish, they speak Pennsylvania Dutch, but they don't know the language of their ancestors that came over here. They can't even read it because over time, just language evolves. It seems to be like a regional thing. And they don't speak, a lot of them used to speak German and Dutch and now they can't, even though they've kept a semblance of their original ancestors' tradition alive. They still can't, like they say, this whole Bibles they can't read because it's in that language that their ancestors wrote and spoke, and they don't speak that no more. It's like it's the same thing with English. It's not Middle English no more. It's not Old English. It's some new shit. They just call it Pennsylvania Dutch now. It's just like Spanish. Like the Spaniards in Europe will look at what the Spanish speak and be like, yo, that's not really Spanish. What the fuck are they doing? Like it's a perversion. The European Spaniards will feel like the shit going on in South America is a perversion of their language. But yet, the Spaniards that got on ships and went to South America and colonized South America and had babies with the women and taught them Spanish, that there's going to be a varying degree of understanding what's Spaniard Spanish and South America Spanish due to not only the differences but just the timing of everything. So language just evolves. Some languages die altogether, and some languages just they kind of infiltrate other languages, like Latin. People say Latin is a dead language. Latin done crept into like 18 different languages. Latin survives through English, Spanish, Portuguese, uh, the shit that posh redneck original tongue, what he speak, uh, all types of shit. Latin done got around. Latin is, hell yeah. Latin still on the dollar bill. It's a dead language, man. That shit's still on the dollar bill when you pull out that dollar bill. Yeah, that's all. What, I don't even know what I got. I got one more question. I want to know more about those people from the Caucasus Mountains that call themselves Jays. I don't know. People, you have people jump in and say they were from the Khazarian Empire, which is in Europe. They just converted to escape war, and that was in like what, the fucking 7th century or some shit like that. I don't fucking know. I don't know. VG, what are your views on the Mormon religion and people that they need to turn in them Walmart helmets and get better helmets? You see the Mormon kids riding through the neighborhood on them Walmart bikes with the Walmart book bag and them dumbass helmets. No Bible, no Book of Mormon. They just got a laptop and like a little fanny pack slung over their back. Excuse me. They got yogurt in their back pocket for when they get hungry. Joseph Smith said there will be no niggas in the promised land. Joseph Smith was also like a Freemason, so he, the Mormon people gonna catch flack for that. You got some Mormon people who feel like aliens are gonna come them to the promise to take them to like Pluto or some shit like that. But like all around, I mean, they seem to be like anybody else. Yeah, they just seem to be like anybody else. Joseph Smith was tripping bad on acid one day and said he stumbled across some golden tablets with some new instructions on them shits. So he gave that shit to a community. He was like, yeah, our promised land gonna be in Missouri or Dakota or one of them shits. I mean, you know, he gonna get flack for the, you know. Shout out to the Mormons. You know, that's all right. I don't think nothing about it though. I don't sit here and think, the Mormons, I need to think about them. I just, you know, just surface level shit. You know, they'd be all right though. Yeah, the aliens are gonna take them in a spaceship and do some extracurricular. No, I forget what it is. The aliens take them in a spaceship. They do some extracurricular building with the aliens on board. It's some wild shit. King James was a Mason. Man, a whole lot of people were Masons. I don't know what that got to do with it. If you're going to use the basis of who was a Freemason or not, then you might as well get out of America because this shit was settled by Freemasons. You might as well not even be here. Your forefathers were Freemasons. You might as well not even quote your forefathers. They were Masons. Don't bring up the Constitution and your rights because the niggas that wrote that were Masons. Yeah, so I don't use who's a Mason and who's not to you know, I don't judge. I don't judge. Like niggas Mason. People Mason. Just, niggas is Mason. Same way some of you niggas was bears. I mean, that ain't a bearing on who you really are, or your intentions. Just some niggas get into shit, and then at that time, coming from with the war between the Brits and the traders who were called Americans. You had a lot of people getting on board with the Freemason shit. It was just like another club. I'm basically, Yeah, if you want to sit out there, he was a Freemason. I'm not saying that Joseph Smith was wrong because he was a Freemason. He did have a bad acid trip and stumble upon golden tablets, but him being a Freemason that's just what people go at when they criticize Mormonism. They like, yo, your leader. But yeah, your fucking founding fathers that people love to bring up and the rights, they were Masons too. A Mason wrote that too. That Second Amendment, yeah, a Mason did that. You might as well go to Barbados. Nigga, you might as well go to Anarchapulco with the rest of the anarchists there. The Masons! I don't want nothing to do with anything Masonic related. Nigga, shit. You might as well go to Anarchapulco. Is Bradley, Bowler Bear in here? Bowler Bear name is Bradley? Oh, on Benjamin, you can keep that nigga. On Benjamin, if you listen, you can keep that nigga. I don't want no nigga named Bradley in my zombie apocalypse group. Hell no. It was for the people. Masons wrote it. That's all I'm saying. I've met Masons. I done met York Rite, Scottish Rite. What's the one for women? The Eastern Star? Or whatever the fuck this shit called. Niggas even got their own little Masonic group. Niggas seen the white man doing something, was like, we want it too, we want a lodge too. So they done went and gave these niggas a lodge. What's the nigga lodge called? It's a whole nigga lodge out there. I done met all them niggas, talked to them. Some of them good people. They don't know the boule. Nah, it's different than the boule. Boule is some other shit. It's like, that's some other shit. Yeah, these niggas didn't know. These niggas just joined for the brotherhood so they can attend barbecues. It's like a club. You get away from your family. A lot of them, they do community service work. They're really active in the neighborhoods they're in. And they'll go into an area where, and just start handing out book bags, turkeys, the shit that they was doing on New Jack City. Yeah, it ain't all like we gotta take over the world. Like you got some Masons, they don't even know who the fuck Albert Pike is. They don't know nothing about with the doors and all that extra shit. They got their Bible. The Muslims, they got their Bible. They don't know what the fuck shit is really about. It's just cool. If you grow up in a certain environment, like your dad's a Mason, you gonna see that, you gonna want to be a Mason, because you may not even know your dad's a Mason. You may find that out, but you seen the paraphernalia around. And then two, it's like it's like a thing. Like it's not all like nefarious and I'm trying to kill you in your sleep and take over the world and traffic underage girls through the city of Houston at night. No, yeah, shout out to the Freemasons. Shout out to the Freemasons and the Medici family, and shout out to the Jews who gave the Goyim the Freemason lodges to begin with. That nigga, man, shout out to Karl Marx. Nah, fuck y'all, because a lot of you niggas here comment, no one's gonna remember your name. It is all this time later and niggas is still talking about Karl Marx and Marxism. Yo, shit, wow, son. Yeah, shout out to Hitler, all them niggas. Niggas still gonna be talking. 300 years from now, people will still be talking about these people. But you, no one's gonna know you. No one's gonna know you or your offspring. Joe Biden is going to be remembered. You? No, ain't nobody going to know who the fuck you are. Ain't nobody going to know who the fuck you are. Like, no one's going to remember you for helping Donald Trump get elected. They're just going to remember Donald Trump. Nobody from the future is going to look back at you and say, hey, but this guy did his part. This guy voted for him. No. When you read about previous presidents in the past, you don't read the names of the people that voted for that nigga. You just read that nigga's name. Unless you do some extremely wild shit and get on some like Timothy McVeigh shit type shit, you regular niggas, no one's gonna be talking about you. Or your kids. No one gives a fuck about your kids. No one from the future is gonna be like, Ustrid, son of Ustrid, Alabama. Yeah, no one's gonna be like, yeah, niggas are like, so, who gives a fuck? But this Hitler guy, Hitler didn't lose. They said, Hitler will forever remain a figure. Hitler has been immortalized in the minds of men down throughout generations. You? Nobody know you. Ain't nobody gonna know who the fuck you are. 100 years from now, you just gonna be another nigga that was born and shitted on himself his whole life and then died. You gonna be a... That's all. People, I think this is why people put themselves with other people for a group, because individually they won't be recommended, but that movement will be reprimanded through a certain figurehead. So when people feel like you have that potential, people will get behind you. That's what is expressed through leadership qualities. Like, it doesn't matter what you think about Karl Marx. He came out with something, at least that's what they say. He came out with something that changed the world. It doesn't matter whether or not you agree with Hitler or Nazi Germany. They came out with something that changed the world. Maniacs. So that's why when people want fame for themselves, understand what that comes with. You gotta be a fucking maniac. History only remembers the fucking maniacs. And sometimes the good guys. But mostly the fucking maniac. People still sing praises of Abe Lincoln, and he mobilized the military on U.S. soil. On his own countrymen. But people still sing Abraham Lincoln. You will still go to school and learn about Abraham Lincoln. You will do all these things. So, I don't even know where the fuck I was going with this. I was just talking shit. I fed a raccoon a banana yesterday. History will never know. Fuck no. History don't give a fuck about you, the banana, or the raccoon. You just another random nigga. History remembers the maniacs. That's why we're still talking about Vlad the Dracul. That's why people still bring up Vlad the Impaler. Vlad the Impaler, Vlad Wallachia, he sharpened stakes and stuck the stake through the anus and out of the mouth of his opponents, and then set that shit up. Is a beacon for everyone to see what happens when you oppose him. And we still talk about him today. There's lore surrounding him. They even got deep in it. Like, that's where the vampire came from Dracula. They got a vampire named after that nigga. You think Vlad the Impaler would have known they would have made a vampire in his image? He didn't know that shit. He was just a wild nigga. He was wild as fuck. He didn't know that later, the Transylvania and all of the fucking Dracula. He didn't know that shit. He was just impaling people through their butts, out their mouth, and was just as happy as he could be. But yet here we have the vampire lore, Dracula lore. He drank the blood of his victims and all this other wild shit surrounding the man. So these are the people that's going to be remembered, and we are not going to be remembered. We will be remembered by our kin if you are a great person, but half of y'all don't even know what your great-great-grandfather was doing. You don't even know enough about your own people to just be like, oh yeah, this was my some of y'all don't even know your grandparents and what they was doing. They wasn't doing shit. Some of y'all grandparents were not worth remembering. They were just basic folk. They didn't do no heroic shit. They weren't Achilles and going to war. They didn't pull a Hercules mission on some Grand Theft Auto shit. No, they were just basic people. Like with your grandkids, when you get old and tell your grandkids, like, what about your great-great-grand? It's like, well, he was basic as fuck. Only thing special about him was that he could eat a bowl of Great Northerns and not fart. That's about all I got on your great-great-great-great-grandfather. That's it. A lot of people want to tie their ancestry back to heroic people. I'm descended from Hercules somehow. Like, no, you not. You descended from somebody who ran away from battle. You descended from a nigga that ran away from battle in a whore of Bebemba. They done got together, had a kid, and the descendants of that kid is you. You moist as fuck. Your lineage is moist as fuck. I'm a descendant of great conquerors. No, you not. No, you are not. Everybody's descended from all these great things. I'm a descendant from a strong line of war avoiders. Haha. That's what people do. Even people, you got people on here. I'm descended from fearless Vikings who conquered lands and pillaged villages. No, you not, nigga. Your ancestors called out sick that day. Your ancestor developed a cough on the day of war. I won't be able to help today. I'm descended from great people who did heroic. No, you not. You didn't need, your ancestors didn't even get on the ship to partake in the Battle of Stamford Bridge. You come from bitch-made individuals. They was fucking them slave women, them whores. I was watching some shit the other day. I felt like I was watching the White Roots. They done put that nigga on the ship and brought that nigga back to Kattegat. I said, damn, you will be a slave. Yeah, that white boy down there soaking from rowing the boat. He was like, oh. I was like, see? See, white people owe white people reparations. The shit was real. I renounce Freemasonry. Yeah, Trump 2024. Yeah, if he don't get locked the fuck up first. You know he gonna get locked up. He's still gonna have a laptop. He's still gonna have access to Twitter. He ain't gonna get people concerned. Like, oh, did you hear Donald Trump is getting locked up on Tuesday? Like, he's not gonna go to the joint and have unlimited Cinnabons. People actually feel bad at that nigga. People sending him money right now. Donald Trump ain't gonna do shit but get locked up and eat honey. He gonna eat honey buns all fucking day. I know people like him. You know, people feeling bad for that nigga. No, don't feel bad for that nigga. He gonna have a cell phone in there and everything. Did you hear about Donald Trump possibly he might be getting locked up, man? That boy solicit. Meanwhile, the donations is rolling the fuck in. I'm about to be getting locked up. You ain't never heard a nigga say, I'm about to get locked up. When? 3 days from now. Nigga, what? Nigga, when I tell y'all I'm about to get locked up, that means Hillbilly Hard is right here in front of the camera and is waiting on me to tell you people, good day. You gonna hear the cuffs. If I tell, hey y'all, I'm about to get locked up. Nigga, I'm about to go in right now. The squad car right there, ain't no Tuesday. No, they taking me in right now. You gonna hear somebody Mirandizing me in the background. You have the right to remain silent. I'd be like, all right, y'all. Anything you say can and will be used against you. Hey, y'all, shit that got real, y'all. I'm about to. You have the right to an attorney if you cannot afford one. I'm sure Benjamin Crump would gladly do the honors. Be like, all right, Faith. All right, Jessica Shee. All right, John. Severe duty. I'm gonna be rolling the credits on this channel. Nah, ain't no I'm gonna get locked up Tuesday. Nah, nigga, right now. They right here. The cop might jump on the live stream. That nigga might hop on the fucking live stream. Oh, yeah. Like, yeah, this nigga's really getting locked up. Yeah, Donald Trump be all right. You're arrested for the murder of Owen Benjamin's credibility. Man, Owen Benjamin shot his own credibility when he stuck a finger in his butthole. I ain't do that. Hell nah, he need to be locked up for that. Owen Benjamin, you are charged with assassination of your own character. How do you plead? With no fingers in my butt. You have the right to remain silent. Everything. Bro, all I'm saying is ain't no such thing as Tuesday for a nigga getting locked up. That shit is immediately. You see me running, mind your business. Vox Day's dad did 10 years for tax evasion. And man, shout out to them boys. Niggas, the boys be getting locked up for tax evasion. That's Fed time. You don't do no state shit. That's Fed time right there. It ain't like you just go to the state penitentiary. Nah, nigga, you liable to end up in Nebraska. Your people be trying to visit you. You gonna be way the fuck out. Way the fuck out Kattegat some damn where. You gonna be way the fuck out York. Where are you? We're trying to visit. I don't fucking know. I'm in England, nigga. This shit fucked up. We all just making the best of every day we wake up. That's all. That sounds like a summary. I ain't even ready to summarize this. That's some shit you close with. I'm not closing this. BG, you really bored today? Nah, I came out here, you know, cause you know, little old man. Just a little old man became a little bit of low man. We need to go run out and get more. You know. I just came out here to say hi to my new friend Barbara Billingsley. She's quite fond of me. I ain't got shit going on today. I ain't gonna live stream for a while. I know I said that like 4 days ago and didn't live stream for a while. I'm about to Trump 2024. All right, I mean, we get it, John Frank. You like Trump. You saying that like somebody's actually countering that, like who's arguing with him? I mean, people like Trump. It is what it is. Barbara is more. Shout out to Barbara. Barbara may be moist, but she's moist for me. BG not going live stream for a while. He ain't doing that. He just put Trump. He really likes Trump. Donald Trump is a lot of people's guy. Donald Trump, Operation Warp Speed 2024. Man, look. Trump know how to raise that money. He know how to raise that money. Trump a crowdfunded motherfucker. Shout out to Trump. The Trump NFT. He still selling NFTs? That's what's up. BG, B bless y'all. Sorry, I'm on some kind of thing. All right then. Looks warmer there than Tennessee. Hell yeah, double Sunday. I'm on my double Sunday shit. Hunter Biden 2024. Lindsey Graham 2024. Trump Biden 2024. Pee Wee Herman 2024. Yeah, y'all really getting it. Go vote. Don't just vote, donate. Don't just, I voted, I did my part. I did my part, man. Nah, get that nigga money. Votes don't win elections. Money does. Get that nigga some money. Your mom 2024. Hell yeah. All y'all gonna be hit upside the head with slippers. Yeah, these people run on money. Campaigns cost. You need money to do that shit. You going from state to state. Yeah, y'all niggas, y'all donate then. You good work. You worried about rodents living under the woodpile? No, not at all. That's why I have it exposed. So all the natural predators of said rodents can get up and out and through there freely and take care of any issues. Like when you keep your wood stack covered, that's when like mice can make a real good home in there. Squirrels will get in there. You'll often see a fucking bird's nest when you uncover it, just every fucking where. Mildew, you're not getting proper airflow. I mean, you just leave it open. You leave it open. The snakes take care of the mice. The hawks take care of the snakes. And then all the bugs and carpenter ants leave the wood when it's dried out. Like the little larvae, there's nothing to feed on no more when the wood is dried out at a cellular level. So you had nothing to worry about except a little surface moisture when it rains, and that dries out in a few hours. So it's all good. Wouldn't wish the presidency on my worst enemy. You kill snake. Yeah, I didn't kill it. It died. It died in my care. There's a difference. I didn't kill it. I didn't like actively kill it. It just kind of died slowly in my care. BG, do you garden? No. Yeah, you killed the snake. I didn't kill it. It died in my care. There's a difference. You need some goats. I need you to give me money for the goats. Huh? All right. I'm not just about to have a bunch of goats back here for the sake of having goats. Snakes hate shovels. Snakes are kind and considerate. Snakes do not want to be in your way. That's why when they feel you coming, they go away. They don't want to just be like, no, you leave. Nah, they don't really want a confrontation with you. Except for like those Florida snakes that get trapped in the HVAC system of your car. And they sticking their head out the fucking, they're sticking their head out from underneath the dashboard. And you're like, yo, how the fuck did you get there? And the snake is like, I don't even know. This is Florida. It was a snake that came through one guy's toilet. The snake was just in the toilet bowl. He was like, how in the fuck did you get in there? The snake looked just as confused. The snake looked more confused than the homeowner. He was like, yo, I don't know, son. I don't even know how I got here. Shit is mad wild, son. You don't remember the video of the alligator that was in the trash can that was sitting at the curb, and the homeowner went to pull the trash can from the curb and the alligator was in there? Didn't the alligator look more confused than anybody else in that situation? The alligator was the most confused component out of that whole ordeal. He was like, I don't know how I got it. I don't know. I don't even fucking know. I got 2 more questions left. I checked. This wasn't like a little garden snake neither. This was like a big ass python in somebody's toilet. It's as if the snake portaled there from the Amazon rainforest. It was like, I don't even know how I got here. I don't know. I walked through. I don't know. Do you like hiking? Hiking is walking. Just doing it on a fucking mountain. I'll hike. Yeah, yeah. Matter of fact, that's what I'm about to go do right now. We got a whole forest right there. Yeah. What happened? New strain with it? Nobody 2024. How do you combat? Do you? They have a boa constrictor, it's your peeps. They let them roam free. You ever mess with head studs instead of bolts? No. agreed, nobody 2024. It sound good, don't it? But that's not how this works. There has to be a figurehead. Somebody needs to be blamed when shit goes wrong. Like people just can't share equal responsibility. People need to be able to be like, Joe Biden, if somebody fucks up and gets a fucked up trade deal, uh, uh, Donald Trump, Joe Biden, Chelsea Clinton. Like if anarchy, if there was no Congress, no government of any kind, no president, no nothing, no none of that, just the American people, who is going to represent us concerning matters of trade with other nations? Ben Shapiro. This ain't even got nothing to do with anarchy. Anarchy is just a title. She don't got nothing to do with anarchy. It is what it is. People put a title on it, make themselves feel better about it. Trader Joe. Yeah, who would, yeah. Like no government, who's going to be responsible for the shipments? And who do you blame when that shit goes horribly wrong? Be your own leaders? No, that's not what I'm saying. That be your own leadership. How does that work when you're dealing with nations who have appointed leaders? How do you engage in trade with them? Because then somebody from this country will have to appoint somebody to be responsible of it. Or do we all just show up at the docks and do we all just sign the documents and the agreements? What if like 33 people disagree? Then we got to go back to the drawing board. What if there's so much delegating that the shit just doesn't get done and we don't get the shipments, we don't get the trade? Doesn't like 50% of the medicine come from China? Who the fuck is going to oversee that? Who is going to appoint somebody in a non-government run society to oversee all of that concerning trade? It's easy to say when it's just matters of your own country. And even then it's not really easy to say, because a lot of people are going to go without certain supplies coming from other parts of the country because we wouldn't be able to agree on. This isn't a pro-government. I'm just asking questions. Somebody said volunteers. So what if you have like 80 volunteers and you only need 20? Who steps in and tells like we don't need you? And even the volunteers, what if somebody volunteers and somebody disagrees with the person volunteering because they know them and they know that they ain't shit? And we're like, John McDonald, is that you? Oh hell no, I don't want him nowhere near. And then now you're at an impasse. So now you got to solve this problem before you get to the problem of the trade agreement with another country. But that country sees the whole trade agreement as being very taxing and not worthwhile because you have no cohesive form of government that they can directly deal with. So now it's a matter of what's easiest. So now another country gonna get their thing off because you're just difficult to deal with because it's just a bunch of y'all and y'all can't come to an agreement on who's gonna do what. What we really need is a benevolent dictator. I just wonder, like, people just think, oh, the country. Most of our supplies comes from other countries. That you call it globalism, but since the time of your ancestors, people have been open to trade. That trade just evolved and led to other people going to different lands, people mixing in with whole different populations. Trade. The trade, once they opened up for trade to receive these items coming from all the way the fuck over there, the seafaring men, they done came here, dropped off these pelts. We got these goods that the country now relies on coming from over there. I mean, you can see it. Do you want us to nominate UBG? Yes. I want to be your dictator. How else are we going to get shit done? Do as you want. But them people in California not going to want to hear that concerning guacamole. They going to be like, where the fuck is our guac? And you can be like, yo, we couldn't really come to an agreement on, you know, on trade. Where the fuck is our guacamole? There's no fucking guacamole. Yeah, they don't want to hear that do as you want shit. They want guacamole. They want avocados. Yeah, where the fuck is the avocados? Well, about that, you know, we couldn't, you know. All this fucking coffee being pumped throughout America. Who the fuck gonna take care of that? Who the fuck? Y'all, America addicted to coffee. Yeah, y'all, who the fuck gonna take care? Who the fuck gonna handle that? You know how many Americans is gonna be like, where the fuck is the coffee? I will not be quiet. There is no coffee. All these coffee selling niggas gonna be out of coffee. Like, we ain't got no new product. You gonna have to go down here to Honduras personally and pick it up. You gonna you gonna have to with Bear Police. You gonna have to wheel your ass across country lines to go down there and pick up the coffee personally and wheel your ass back. You how I went to Russia. America is gonna have to regress to herbal tea. Man, they can't do that. Where they gonna get the tea from? From China? Lipton tea, that shit come from China. I just want to know who gonna handle trade, and then I want y'all to elect me as the dictator. No Congress, no none, no chambers, no none of that shit. Just one nigga. Boat owners, yeah, you're gonna have to get in good with boat owners. It's gonna be few people selling coffee. There's not gonna be coffee on the shelves. There's only gonna be a couple niggas selling coffee at that point. Because then the companies that do have the product, they gonna lock it down with the boat people. With the boat people, they gonna get in good with boat builders. They gonna get in good with these companies, and they gonna stop you from being able to do the same thing. Because there's really no. Yeah, they're gonna knock out competition. They're gonna chop you off at the kneecap. So you think you're gonna be able to sell coffee? You not, because they already got the game on lock. You can't get it. I mean, then just the sheer hassle. It's only gonna cause a certain amount of stores to have it, or people to sell it. So it ain't like you can just go anywhere and get it. You're gonna have to like actively seek it out. And it's the same thing with methamphetamines and cocaine and all the other drugs Americans love. Without the CIA, how the fuck you gonna get your drugs? Like, there's no fucking CIA. Without the government, without the military, how the fuck you gonna get your opium? And y'all know y'all love y'all opium. You gonna take your ass to Afghanistan and get it? My guy down the corner, who does he get it from, and who does that person get it from? It's not the Serbs. I know people think the Serbs are at the top of every drug. They're not. They're not everybody's plug. And everybody's distro isn't a fucking Mexican. Hey, how you gonna do that? Now you need a plane. Now you need a plane to get your product. Serbians are awesome. They sell a lot of drugs. I mean, according to a lot of TV shows. I am looking for distro. I need distro for my product. Like they are looking. You go ask, speak to the plug. It's a whole Serbian nigga. They took me for 120 out the blue for zero reason. Start detoxing and break all your addictions, especially food. Man, that's easy for you to say, but you in a country filled with people that don't have that same mindset. These are never about you. It's always about somebody else. Like what I'm presenting to you isn't a matter of there being a snowstorm and you having a 4-wheel drive vehicle and you know how to drive. It's the person that's going to be on the road with you that has a rear-wheel drive Mustang and doesn't know how to drive. He spins out and crashes into you. Now you fucked up even though you knew what you was doing. And you were mentally strong and fortified. It's not always about you. It's about the other person. It's about the other people, the other group of people. But you can't control what they do. You can't control how they react and respond to certain things being taken out of the equation, like food. America thrives on food. Food is one of the things that keeps America from feeling like a third world country. Once you take the amount of food we as Americans consume, I know you hate it. I know people don't like it. America needs to make cutbacks. But damn near all of us eat like kings from the 10th century. We eat better than kings did. Once you take that out of the equation, shit starts to feel like what people call a third world country. And when shit starts to feel like a third world country, people do third world country shit. It's like if you think it's bad now, you have no fucking idea. You have no fucking idea. People will go to war with their neighbor for food. People will kill children. People saying, oh, the kids, man, let there not be any food on their kids' table. They're gonna say, fuck them kids. Yeah, all the concerned Carols and Dianes, because I just love the kids. Let their kids go hungry. And see how fast they say, man, fuck them kids. Fuck them kids. I don't give a fuck about them kids. I ain't give my shit. Hey, it's food. How do you feel, baby Ozark? Shout out to little baby Ozark. Yeah, we eat like Earls of Bebenborough. We eat good, niggas. I retract none of these globalists 2024. That's the funny thing about globalism. Written language led to globalism. Like, I remember hearing how people was like, yeah, in Africa, they didn't even have written language till blah, blah, blah. But I'm like, when you take time to write down your language, that means you want, aside from sending notes from far the fuck off, You need foreigners to be able to understand what you're saying, especially when it comes to trade. For you to have an alphabet means that you're going to have people coming in to learn this language you have, and vice versa. Once people learn your language, it breaks down the barrier of those people being different than you. I'm just saying from like a mindset. And then that opens up the world language is one of the cornerstones in the pyramid of company trade empires. Yeah, that opens up, that opens everything up. It really did. BG, are you moving to San Francisco for your $5 million in reparations? Why the fuck would I want $5 million in reparations? From who? Who is this $5 million in reparations coming from? Not the government. Nah, it need to come from white folk personally. Why the fuck do I want why do I want millions from the government and then still gotta pay tax? That mean they just give me my own shit back. They said niggas is half or 1/3 of a man. So I need them to acknowledge that and not tax a nigga. How the fuck you tax half a man? Now I don't want shit from them people. And then they gonna be giving this shit to all types of high yellow niggas, biracial babies. They gonna be giving. That shit gonna be going to albinos. That shit gonna be going. That shit gonna be going to the white people who say they black. Hell no, I don't want shit from the government concerning reparations. I want to go back to being less than 1/3 or half a whole nigga so that I do not get taxed. Reparations is retarded anyway because not just from the slavery shit, but a country cannot pay reparations to itself. Now, it makes it more retarded that it's the government doing the shit. So when you pay into the government through taxes, they just giving you your fucking money back. It's not like you're actually getting anything. That's all your hard-earned money that they tax from you right the fuck back. It's not like your white neighbor is giving you reparations. Hey, yep, here it is. I thought about it long and hard, and I want you to have a couple $1,000. Sure, man. Yeah. Nah, if the government is paying you, that means it's gonna come from those white folk and niggas too. It would make sense for the government to be able to hand out reparations to niggas if niggas as a whole weren't paying taxes. But no, this shit is just fucking stupid. Sure, man. Of course, it's yours. Yeah. You can have it. I want you to have it. Take it. $50,000. And they gonna give you reparations for slavery. And then it's fucking retarded. Does the U.S. owe the natives reparations, and should they pay them before or after? The U.S. doesn't owe the Native Americans shit. Unlike niggas, the Native Americans lost a whole war. The Native Americans had a whole fucking country and lost it to white folk. What makes it even worse is the Native Americans lost a war to white folk that just stumbled upon their border, just was like, where the fuck are we? The Native Americans lost a war to dazed and confused whites. Nah, you don't owe you don't owe shit. Niggas was what a story goes, niggas was brought here. So it is different. It's not, you can't put Native Americans and niggas in the same box. It's totally fucking different. Yeah, when you lose a chess match and you gotta pay the winner, they don't give you your money back. That's fucking retarded. Who does that? That is a stupid. Who would even propose that? They already got too fucking much. Niggas done gave them a whole reservation and casinos. It was customary to completely wipe out a whole population before moving in. Like, they wouldn't even exist. We would be talking about the Native Americans like how we talk about the Mayans. Well, where the fuck are they? Well, we exterminated them. I mean, what else? Nah, you don't let them live so their offspring could grow up to hate you. Niggas is a different story. Niggas was brought here to help. Niggas came in, at least that's what they tell us. Niggas was brought into the equation after they said they found a new world and they needed workers to help to farm the land and do all this extra shit. So niggas was picked up as like a side quest and then brought here. It's just they never put niggas back on the boats and sent niggas back. You know, it was a new fucking world for niggas and white folk. White folk was just as dazed and confused as niggas was when they got here. It was like, well, let's get to work. Yeah, Native Americans done law. You had a whole fucking country. You know how dazed, confused, and hungry and disheveled a bunch of white people are after taking a 5-month voyage across the seas? And you lost to those niggas? Nah, son. I know, you know, it's more to it. You know, they had Thanksgiving. You know, the Native Americans, they were nice. They didn't understand certain things about Christianity and ideology coming from foreign lands. Like things like rights and things like, they were just nice people. It was like, yeah, you can have this. Like, I forgot how much the Native Americans sold Manhattan. Manhattan means white face. And the white people went to the Native American and they was like, yeah, how much for Manhattan? And they was just like, what? It was like, yeah, we'll buy Manhattan. I guess they was like, so the white people was like, we'll give you bags of rice. And the Native Americans was like, all right. And they just didn't understand the concept of owning land. To them, that was like owning the air. Like, they'd be like, all right, we'll take your money. It's fucking stupid. Like, here, you can have it. It's Manhattan. Yeah, that's like somebody coming to you and asking you how much for the air around you. And you're like, it was the same thing. They was like, nigga, you can like have, you can like, just give me $20. It's fucking stupid. How much for the sky? Like, yo, this white guy tripping. I don't know, like a pack of Marlboro Reds. I don't know. What do you? We'll take it. You know, it was fucking. All right, Jessica. But yeah, that's all. That's all. Yeah, they lost like shit. Natives are mountain folk, just misunderstood. Yeah. That's the way of the world, though. So you see, the Native Americans had a different culture and a different outlook. But yet, people still came to the shores and introduced something different. That's the way of the world going for any country, or continent, it's always had somebody just showing up and just changing the way things work. And now, what they would consider the white folk or the white-faced people have it. But for how long? Like things all it's just like the Empire of Babylon, how the Amorites didn't always run it. Like the Hittites came in and took it over from the Amorites, and then the Hittites lost it to the Assyrians, and the Assyrians lost it to the Persians. But it was the same landmass. It was the same landmass. It's the same thing with America. Throughout history, this is what happens. People get somewhere, they get comfortable, they think they're gonna have it. Pretty soon, white people, 500 years from now, you probably not. They won't remember America for being filled with white folks. Just as it's now 600 years later, and you don't remember America for being filled with Native Americans. You see what I'm saying? You don't think of America and think of Native Americans catching buffalo and doing that shit. Nah, you think of America and you think of George Washington and them. You think of America and you think of how they fought the British. Well, imagine 500 years from now. Somebody be gonna take, and then they gonna be thinking of history like white people. When the fuck were white people in America? Like it be like that. It be like that. We're history right now. Everything we do is history. Like no one's gonna remember the Native Americans 300 years from now. They gonna. It's just like Europe. Europe is the same way. Like people think that white folk just were from Europe. Like Europe is the homeland for all white people. But you see how the names change? Like Europe wasn't always called Europe. It was Eurasia. It was called Eurasia. For a time it had a different name. You had people that migrated there. But no one gives a fuck about that. It's just Europe. Because that's what we remember in our era. But soon, it won't be like that. I'm telling them now. Jessica, she left. He's telling Jessica she not to smoke weed. Oh, Jessica, you still here? Blue Jay heckling the hoe. BG, how before people won't care that much, bro. Ain't nobody gonna care about niggas. Ain't nobody gonna care about the transatlantic slave trade and all that other shit. Just like how when the transatlantic slave trade was going on, people didn't give a fuck about the Slavic slave trade. Like all these things happen in its history, and you can get mad about it that people keep bringing, but as time goes on, people forget throughout generations. Nobody's going, you never fucking know. 400 years from now, niggas may run America. No one's going to be talking about the transatlantic slave trade. It may be some shit happen to white folk that's going to be talked about like how the Jews talk about the Holocaust. You don't fucking know. Like this shit, like I've seen in history where empires came in and thought they had a stronghold, and then it was taken over. It was taken over and the new people move in. Oftentimes the people you least fucking expect. And then somebody else takes it from those people. and then somebody else moves in. Like, this just history. This just history. Yeah, no one, people already, niggas don't care about, like, niggas gonna stop making slave nigga movies and all type, like, that shit won't even be a thought in people's heads no more. Like, I guarantee, like, 100 years from now, nobody's gonna be talking about the fucking transatlantic slave trade. Like, you see it happening in schools and you're like, oh, that's it. I guarantee you, something else is gonna take place. It's gonna knock that shit back further and further in history. We're not done yet. The world hasn't reached its final form. Especially when they restrict all agriculture, like fertile land, just shredded up orange field. Well, when 12% causes 60.2%, it very well will. What is it, like 80% white people or some shit? That's how the Hittites felt about Babylon. How are we going to lose this Babylonian empire? We done took it over from the Amorites, and here we are. We are the majority. We have this. We have that. But then that's when people turn around and complain about half of 1% of the world's population, Jews, are taking over their infrastructure. How are we going to lose it when we're 80%? Your numbers don't mean nothing. When the academia and the media and the universities, yeah, numbers don't mean nothing. Numbers don't win wars. So it's a new stage of warfare. And the people who think they got America will not have it for long. It may be a new face, or it may be gone altogether. You never fucking know. Not just like America up and gone, but you never fucking know. It's just like, who remembers the Cushitic Empire? Who remembers the Cushites? No one. Except for people who look back at history like that. The Cushites were making pyramids long before the Egyptians. The Cushitic Empire was a massive empire in Africa. Oh, she cleaned the windows. But nobody remembers them. They remember Egypt, though. But we should definitely, for a whole month, love the BG history lesson. Yeah, things are just going to keep... Baron Strawberry, I was watching your JB interview earlier. Good stuff. Just stop smacking your lips when you're about to talk. Goodness, great. Here we come with the criticism. They don't teach true history in schools, man, and they never will. School is agenda driven. When you go to school, the curriculum is about agendas. Why would the victor tell the story of the loser? They lost. That's fucking retarded. That's like you winning a race and telling the story of the runner-up. Why the fuck would you do that? It doesn't even make sense. Put yourself in their shoes, understand. Be a man of understanding. This shit don't make sense. You just got gaslit, BG. I heard that. What? I don't even know what gaslit means. What does that mean? That's something that the MSNBC people be saying. I don't know what the fuck. Ethiopia is older than Egypt. Egypt is its Greek name. Ethiopia isn't even his name. The white folk called it Ethiopia. They've been around the same. It was still a landmass that was around since before you can think about it. I mean, before Egypt is just the Hellenized version of it was Kemet. Then they changed it to Egypt. But before it was Kemet, it was Mizraim. And the Cushitic Empire held influence over what is now called Egypt. The Hellenization of Egypt due to the Grecian Empire is why you see the people over there and why they look like that and their culture and how different it is from what people would consider to be West or Sub-Saharan Africa. Gaslight is telling you grass is red. You are told a blatant lie. Oh, I told a lie about Egypt. You saying I told a lie? Egypt was Kemet. And the Kushites got shit cracking. Everybody know that. Supposedly named after an actual person. Egyptian, you are told a blatant lie. Not you told a blatant lie. I don't know what lie I supposedly told. BG don't have to lie. Nah, I be fucking, nah, I think I'm an insult in the same statement. Like, you hella cool for paying my phone bill. Why you smell like pee? That's what gaslight means? That's a fucking stupid term. Just say you insulting people as you compliment them. Young man, you got a real handsome face, but you just cuss too much, and I don't like it. But you cute though. You cute though, but your personality ain't shit. Like, what the fuck is, like, is that what that's what the grandmas do? The grandmas are gaslighting me? You wise for a black man. I'm not even black. I'm not even black. Yeah, I'm a don't nothing about my history or previous nations say black. That isn't what it is, BG. Now I hear people. I try to use context clues to figure this shit out, but like like I heard Candace Owens get, that's just one of those things I still don't know what the fuck it is. People are like, that's gaslighting. It's gaslighting. I be like, I don't even know what the fuck. I thought BG was chicken nugget color. No, I'm golden corral chicken tender colored. Nah, if I was chicken nugget colored, I'd be a high yellow nigga. Yeah, I'd be high yellow. Media gaslights all the time, as an example. That is not an example of what gaslighting is. You can't just say the media is gaslighting all the time as a descriptive definition of what gaslighting is. I still don't know what the actual word means. You gotta really hate yourself because of people you love to know what it is. I don't know what you mean. Like, I hear people say they not black all the time, and then you have niggas come in and be like, you hate yourself. Like, you're disrespecting your ancestors. And like, our ancestors weren't calling each other black though. Like, what nigga in Africa do you know is running around calling their kin black? So me rejecting that title doesn't mean I hate my ancestors or that I hate myself. That's just me rejecting something that the white man put on me. It's just a label that the white man put on me. How come I can't throw off that black shit that the white man put on me without a whole bunch of other people saying I hate myself? Niggas wasn't calling each other black. That's some new shit. That's a whole label out here given to you by the white man. Dude. You hate yourself. Nah, nigga, I'm a full-fledged American. I am a Viking. Knowing the hip Vader Joe, you know good and hell well you ain't no fucking Viking. People be like, I seen that one, it was something I was watching, dude, he was like, yeah, I'm a Viking. I was like, do you raid? Nah, I don't raid. Do you pillage? Nah, I don't pillage. Do you take what is not yours? They be like, nah, I don't. And you're not a fucking Viking. A Viking, that Viking was an occupation, just like pirate. Like, people from Scandinavia weren't all Vikings. It was just what you chose to do. They were pillaging the fuck out them villages off the coast of Europe. They were raiders. That's like your descendants saying, I'm a pirate. Like, nigga, you don't even own a boat. How the fuck are you a pirate? You know, I'm a pirate because, you know, pirate. Do you call yourself a Moor, BG? No, I do not. I hear all the white folk that I'm descended from battle-ready Vikings who were hard. I was like, niggas live more like Vikings than you do. And you criticize niggas for that. People will put Vikings on a pedestal and be like, the Vikings! And niggas live just like them niggas. They take what's not theirs by force. Unauthorized entry, B&Es, robberies. That's the equivalent to what Vikings did just in today's terms. The Vikings are going to a church and kill everybody in there, grandmas and kids and daughters and sons. The Vikings didn't give a fuck about Christianity. They didn't give a fuck about who was a priest or not. They was going to kill the priest and take everything. That's what Vikings did. That's what being a Viking is. But not everybody from Scandinavia was a Viking. By Scandinavia, I mean Norway, Sweden, Denmark, Iceland, Greenland. Yeah, if some of y'all descendants of Vikings in the chat were to see actual Vikings today, y'all would call the police on them. Hello? Yeah, I'm the descendant of a Viking though, but there's some Vikings here and they like, you know, pillaging and raping and killing and taking things that aren't theirs. Yeah, it's like 50 of them. Yeah, y'all be telling them. descendant of Vikings. Hold on. Hello. Yes. There's people here taking things that don't belong to them. He just killed somebody. Oh my gosh. Send help quick. Nigga done took the car, done took over the house, done put up a little settlement in the house. This is mine now. Hey, what are you doing? That one bird agrees with me. We all can't be techno-Viking. I wrote, I am a Viking across my sin. Oh yeah, shout out to the Viking. Shout out to descendants of warriors. Operator, they pulled. Or somebody said Finland. Man, shout out to the Danes. It's like when you look at the Danes, like who was like Canute was like one of the most famous Danish Vikings. And apparently Canute was with the shits all the way through and through. He was about that life. Like he was so about that life that the Vikings from Norway and Sweden had to like join forces to try to take them out, and they failed. But you look at the Danes and the Great Danes of old, and you like, damn, what happened to y'all? What happened to you niggas? Like the Danes are just not even shadows of their former selves. Just what the fuck happened? But see, this is when trade and somebody said religion happened. That's not true, because the Christian Vikings went just as hard as the pagan Vikings. Like they were still with the shit. Who was it? Bluetooth. What the one Viking nigga named Bluetooth? From where they get Bluetooth? Yeah, it was that the Christian Viking named Harold of Bluetooth or some shit like that. But that's where they get the Bluetooth from that Viking. And he united the kingdoms, and he was a Christian. But he united the people out there, and he's like written in history as like Bluetooth. Yeah, that was a famous Viking. And he united the people. He was a Christian. But you had fierce wars between the pagan Vikings and the Christian Vikings. But people act like Vikings became Christian and just became, no, nigga. They became bodyguards. You had emperors that had like personal Viking bodyguards, like just a whole detail of just Northmen. But yeah, when you look at Denmark, you just like, damn, you know. SpongeBob Moist. I'm still on my history shit, but I got one more question left. What I'm saying is they had to convert, and that switched up a lot. Yeah, a lot of them didn't want to convert. Conversion not just happens when, like, a lot of people converted because in foreign lands that they would go to that were Christian, with certain deals and agreements came marriage, and came being, they would say, all right, we'll agree to give you this and this amount of land for you to settle, but you have to agree to be baptized. Like, you have to agree. It was just seen as a part of the deal. And you had some, BG, what you smoking on this weed? Yeah, you had some people that just seen getting baptized like nothing. It was just like, okay, we'll do it. But it's like the longer you stay in a foreign land, it's just some customs you adopt, and when you're well respected, you can traverse back and forth, and people will still kind of respect you. You know, you still have followers of what you know, but it's like Bluetooth. Look up Bluetooth. I don't know how the fuck he did it, but he was a Christian fight. Like he got shit cracking. People were scared of him. Man, he got shit cracking. I don't know how they do it. People convert for a lot of different reasons. Like your condition of surrender may be that you have to convert to Christianity. I'm talking about like in the old, like you know, like if you went to war and your condition of surrender had to be you convert to Christianity, or you married this person, and it's what are we talking about? We talking about how the Blue Jay said for you to stop smoking weed. Jessica, she. Look up Techno Viking BG. I don't. This fool still hasn't done mesquite grilled chicken. I don't. I don't have mesquite wood. The mesquite tree doesn't grow naturally here in Virginia. The mesquite tree is good at growing in deserts and dry areas because it roots so far deep. And it just pulls moisture out the ground. Like, don't put mesquite trees next to anything because that shit gonna suck up all the fucking moisture. And then too, mesquite for cooking purposes is just overpowering. Like, I would only use mesquite for like short cooks. Like, you wouldn't use that for like a brisket because it's real strong. It's just real strong. So you wouldn't use that for like brisket or like a shoulder or a roast. No, the mesquite is a good tree. I hear you. You just took a shit on that pot too, didn't you? Yeah, he dropped a big one too. I seen the Blue Jay land, and he just dropped something as big as his shadow out his ass. You need to carry your ass with that stank shit. A neighbor. No, that's my Blue Jay just shitting all over the place. Harold Bluetooth. Yeah, that's his name, right? Harold. I knew it. Yeah, I had it right. Yeah, Harold Bluetooth. Yeah, y'all don't know y'all fucking history? I'm talking about the nigga Bluetooth, and people like, yeah, Bluetooth. Yeah, I got it in my ear. Make sure you cut the Wi-Fi. I'm like, nah, man, that's some white history shit right there. Y'all don't even know y'all own fucking history. That's what I just told them. These niggas. I never knew Bluetooth was a Viking. For real? What? Had no clue about Bluetooth? Oh! So you white boys had no clue about Bluetooth. Let me find out a nigga just schooled you on some shit concerning European history. I'm about to submit my application today to become a history teacher. Yeah, I just learned all you white folks something. I got niggas Googling Bluetooth. They teach small hat history. Yeah, that shit suck. There's some good nigga history too. Uh, white folk history. I'm playing in that world. G. White folk history. That shit interesting because what you'll have is a lot of white folk. They want to look at the more civilized. We were civilized, and we were civilized in cities and paved roads, and we were civilized, and we weren't savages. Yeah, it's the shit before that. This interest. It's the shit. They were savages. Let's put it that way. Yeah, don't listen to them white folk. White people were smart and not savages and civilized. No, maybe the Saxons, yeah, but not them Northmen. Even the Franks, the fucking Franks. Goodness, they went to fucking all over Europe. Hail satin, our soft and silky lord. Man, you got that satin. Where that come from? From China? The silk? From the Silk Road? You had shit. The European, they were traveling the Silk Road too. China was always big on trade. Yeah, China was always big on trade. BG is the ed teach of history pirates teachers. The worst Franks beat the best African Bushmen. Yeah, you may have a point there. But when you say African Bushmen, you're talking about a whole continent. Africa is a continent, so you can't compare a continent to a country. Frankia, France. France is a country. So you can say the worst French were better than the African Bushmen, but not all of Africa was filled with Bushmen, and not all of Frank was filled with great warriors. Just a little false binary you threw in there. It's a category error. Egyptians were from European descent, the early ones. That's also a lie. The book of Genesis chapter 10 tells a different story. The descendants of Egypt were Ham. Ham's descendant was Mizraim, which is Egypt, which was changed from Kemet. So we know what you just said isn't true. Based on the Bible. Maybe in some history class where they teach the Big Bang, you could be like, the Egyptians, the early Egyptians were from Europe. But biblically speaking, when you read Book of Genesis chapter 10, it tells you the lineage. Furthermore, 1st and 2nd Chronicles will also tell you what you just said was false. It wasn't until the Hellenic influence that the Egyptians started looking like that, and their culture just kind of shifted. But when the Cushitic Empire, who had a great influence over what you now call Egypt, was around, it was a different story. As a category error. Now, it's people that reject the Bible. I'm not here for if you believe in the Bible or not, but if you claim to be a Christian then you can go back through 1st, 2nd Chronicles. You can go to Genesis 10. It breaks down the lineage of Noah's descendants, Noah's 3 sons, Ham, Japheth, and Shem, and you can see for a fact where certain people come from. So it's all right there. Fuck, y'all even, am I talking to myself? BG has strong legs to be able to stand that long. Bro, I'm strong. I'll be lifting. With the DBZ movies, I haven't seen the new. Africans didn't have two-story buildings. There wasn't a need to. Where there's a need, people find a way. Niggas don't need to have two-story buildings. How you say Africans didn't have two-story buildings? You don't even have a two-story house. You live in a trapper shack at the edge of some rundown county. How come you don't just go get you a little two-story building? BG favorite Viking. I don't Ivor the Boneless. Just because he was a tactician at war. And he knew how to read the field even when the field was foreign. And even though he was a cripple, he didn't let that stop him. Yeah, shout out to Ivor the Boneless. But I don't have like no, I ain't. Like I don't went into the shout out to the guys that stand 10 to 12 hours a day at work. Yeah, shout out the dude, the Europeans invented the traffic light. Hell yeah, I would too, seeing as how some of them drive, you gonna need that. Cheaper to build up than out. Ivan the Boneless pizza delivery. Now he was Ivor the Boneless. Because he was crippled. His bones, he was known because his bones would easily break in his legs. Next time you look something up, look up gaslighting. They tell you on here. I don't even want that word gaslighting in my vocabulary. That sounds like some MSNBC shit to say. You're gaslighting. Y'all have never heard me say that to anybody. I do not want to start. I do not want that MSNBC lexicon. You're gaslighting us. We are being gaslit. Yeah, I'm gonna start sounding like them for I don't even watch that shit. I don't even speak the same language. All I know is they say Trump gonna get arrested on Tuesday. And all the people who donate, when Tuesday come around, that nigga's still not arrested. What y'all gonna do? If Donald Trump do get arrested, are y'all gonna go visit that nigga? Can he have visits? Are you gonna put money on his books? Are you gonna send him commissary money? The nerve of Donald Trump to ask for money to pay his lawyer fees when he is a billionaire. I said, my goodness. And people started donating too. I said, damn. I got real laugh. People gonna be putting money on Trump book. Fuck them January 6 people. Nah, Trump. Y'all more worried about Donald Trump than the niggas January 6 being held for what? Yeah, no one gives a fuck about them, but Trump might get arrested on Tuesday. What about the niggas that's in there because of what the fuck? Yeah, all these people that care about the January 6 people that's locked up will sit up here and hype up this Donald Trump shit and put money on his books. But the broke ass niggas that's in there from January 6th, yeah, fuck them. We gotta send our money to this Donald Trump nigga. We gotta send money to the nigga who has all the money. Y'all remember when I was telling y'all about no one gives a fuck about basic people? See what I'm saying? I was just talking about that the other day. Shit, basic people don't give a fuck about basic people. We gonna give our money to a billionaire. I got one more question. Trump should raise money to buy a campground in Idaho. You don't know how many properties Donald Trump has. Basic people 2024. Basic people damn sure won't be voting for him. I can tell you that right now. Just came back from watching Watachi. Stop hurting his feelings, BG. I ain't do nothing but call him a bitch. Watachi's like 80 years old. He done been through whole blizzards walking to school. He done had to survive an angry dad throwing monkey wrenches at his head for handing him the wrong tool coming up. He done survived all this trauma. Back in my day, we were never soft. He done lived through all of this shit. But when I call him a bitch one time, the world ends. Hell no. Back in my day, we had to walk to school in 10 feet of snow. Even when dragons were out there, we weren't soft like how these kids are today. But here I am, called him a bitch one time, and he have a breakdown. Nah, you didn't break down when that cast iron lunchbox wouldn't open up because you ain't had your Ingersoll Rand impact wrench. Yo, old ass, he just old as fuck. Well, tell him I said hi then. Fuck it. Back in my day. These kids are just soft today. Yeah, I ain't do nothing. I just called him a bitch one time. All I did was have a back and forth with somebody who claims to be a comedian, and Watachi was not feeling, I don't know who this Owen Benjamin guy is, and I don't know who this other guy is, but Barricade Garage is disappointing me because my wife unplugged my Segway again yesterday. I need to go to head on over to 7-Eleven and get my Marlboro Reds because my XJ water pump done blew. And here goes Barricade Garage starting up on this other feller. I don't know him. Owen hijacked the BG live stream he heard. Man, Owen didn't hijack the stream. I just had a back and forth with him. That's not even hijacking. That's what you're supposed to do. How is that hijack? That's like being punched out. That's like being punched in the face by somebody and you punching him back and somebody getting mad at you for punching him back. Hey, you let this guy hijack your personality. You're like, yeah, he punched me in the face. Well, I thought you were a good guy. I was until I got punched in the face. I was a good guy until I got punched in the face, I assure you. Yeah, how people gonna get mad at me? How people gonna be upset at me? Yeah, people really legit like disappointed in me. Like I can't. You know what? I thought you were above all of this. I'm like, so if somebody punches you in the face, you're not gonna punch them back. You just gonna ball up. You gonna ball up in front of your future zombie apocalypse? No. Now you hit them back. Future zombie apocalypse group. All right. It's my future zombie apocalypse group here. I can't just having them think that people can just say anything about me and I won't do nothing about it. That opens up the door for unlimited disrespect towards you as the leader in the group. At which point, they just gonna fucking replace you the violent way. Yeah, they gonna kill you and install another nigga and be like, he is now the leader of the group. I've seen The Walking Dead. I know how this shit works. Nah, somebody got. You seen how Rick dealt with the governor when they got into it? Yeah, nah. Yeah, when the governor showed up at the penitentiary that Rick's zombie apocalypse survival group was occupying, he didn't just, oh, we can't. Nah, nigga, he went out there and met that shit head on. Do you ever hold the keys to a car, BG? No, I don't drive. How you think Hitler got in there? What about Hitler? Fuck are you talking? BG, what movies have you watched the most? I don't even know. Owen says he loves you. Oh, what's love got to do with it? Got to do with it. What's love but a second-hand emotion? Yeah, what's love got to do with it? Nah, fuck all that love shit. Nah, nigga, I'm blasting you. You blast me, I blast you. Yeah, old darn is here. Yeah, shout out to everybody though. I don't have a problem with no one. I got one more question. You finally watched Red State, BG? All right, I'm out. I haven't. I will. I will watch it. How Belinda single. It's on Roku channel. I will. All right. Where the fuck is Roku channel on? How the fuck y'all really want me to watch Red State? This is like really a thing. I don't even know if I got. I don't even know what Roku. I'm gonna have to YouTube that shit. I'm gonna have to type that shit in the search bar. The fuck is where can I find Roku? Taking my cast iron lunchbox out of here with them 4 10mm fasteners. You gonna need to spray them down with some PB blaster. Back in my day, we didn't have no sissy lunchbox. We had the cast iron lunchbox that was held together with 4 10mm fasteners that you needed a 1/2 inch impact wrench to remove. And then when you open it, you'll have that Mott's applesauce in there and that Capri Sun. You would have that sandwich with no mayonnaise on there that your mom would put in there. It was dry because we were tough. We didn't need lubrication for our sandwiches back in my day like these soft kids do today. Back in my day, we didn't have a yogurt cup in our lunchbox. We had a whole cow in there. When we got to school, we had to pull the cow out the lunchbox and make our yogurt there because we weren't soft like how our kids are today. My generation was not. We made our cheese at school on the spot because we weren't soft after walking through a blizzard, 12 feet of snow, with no shoes on. We didn't have shoes. You hear me? No shoes in a blizzard. No socks. No socks because we weren't soft. There wasn't no provolone in my lunchbox back in my day. We had one type of cheese. It was called cheese.